July.
This is the morning news with SpongeBob SquarePants
And Little C, filling in for Patrick Starfish. Oops. Where is the news?
What time is it when the elephant sat on the fence? Time to fix the fence.
Today we will be talking about Erskine Primary School.
We'll be interviewing people around the school and looking at projects children have made.
Now we'll hand over to the weather.
We have had a bit of a mixed bag of weather this week, and as we can see here, there has been a sprinkling of rain over the east of England, contributing to our unsettled weather. Looking at the rest of the week, I'm happy to say things will be brightening up, especially over the east, and in particular Erskine, where we will see temperatures rising to 28 degrees, whilst the rest of the country will see temperatures around the 15 mark. If you live in Scotland, I'd advise you to ditch your kilts and get your thermal underwear out, as by the end of the week temperatures will drop to an unseasonal -2 degrees as the Arctic winds blowing from Iceland. So to recap, most of England will be overcast and cool, while the east basks in a fantastic heat wave and Scotland returns to the Ice Age. Back to the news desk. This is Erskine News. I'm Mr. B, and joining me is Little C.
We are here at Erskine Primary School in the lovely kitchen with Mrs. Edwards and her team. How long have you all been working here for?
Miss Swift's been here the longest, then I'm next, so I've been here 10 years now.
That's a long time.
What time do you have to start work to make the delicious food for the hundreds of children?
Right, I have to get up about 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the field to dig the potatoes up, and then I'm normally in the kitchen prepping about 8:30, making the tuck, making the bread.
That is really early.
What food are you most proud of this year?
Oh, this year it's got to be Christmas dinner, when the whole school, nearly 400 children, sit down and have Christmas dinner.
That looks stunning.
How has your job changed in this current state?
Well, obviously there's not so many children in the school, so we have more time around for cleaning. Lots and lots of cleaning, lots more hand washing in between, touching boxes, touching plates, anything, lots and lots of cleaning.
Are you thinking about adding any new foods to the menu next year?
Oh, lots of different yummy dishes. Hopefully some of your favourites that I've got to know what they are over the years. Also be coming into the winter, so maybe something nice and warm for the winter.
Sounds nice.
If you could you upgrade your kitchen?
I would, and Mrs. Vine knows what I really, really, really like, and it's an all singing, all dancing, super duper new cooker called a Rationale. That's on my big wish list.
Thank you for all these questions.
Thank you, boys.
Little C, we've got a news flash. Back to the news desk.
Hello, Little XT reporting. I'm currently in front of Erskine Primary School where the dinosaur attack is happening. It's 10 AM on Wednesday, 15th of July. My team is still trying to find out why it attacked the poor primary school. The T-Rex appeared from nowhere and smashed through the front gates and tormented the children. We have 2 terrified victims right here. Were you scared for your lives?
Yes. I thought I was going to die.
Can you please describe what the dinosaur did?
Yes, it picked up the tree and threw it onto the roof, destroying everything in the classroom. Luckily, no children got hurt because they were outside having their playtime.
Oh yeah, whilst we are dealing with the situation, I'll now pass it back to Mr. V and Little C.
Welcome back to Erskine News. We are just outside the office with Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, how long have you worked at Erskine Primary School now?
30 years.
Thank you. Who was the first head teacher when you first started?
Well, we had Mrs. Rice, who was acting head teacher, and then we had Mr. Gates, who became the head teacher.
Okay. How big was the school when you first started?
What, how many children or how many classes?
How many classes?
I think there was about 10 classes.
How many children were at the school when you first started?
About 300, roughly 300.
Well, we've got more.
You've got a lot more now, haven't you? Yes.
What have you most enjoyed at Elscombe?
Well, being here, seeing the children and working with all the staff.
If you could pick one thing that you have missed from Elscombe, what would it be?
I think it will be missing the children.
What is the biggest change you have experienced in this current state or at home or school?
I think it's the way the school has grown, and we've got so many more pupils and so many more staff now.
Thank you.
More breaking news. What do you call a dinosaur that's sleeping? A dinosaur.
What is fast, loud and crunchy? A rocket chip.
Good morning, Mr. Bond.
Good morning.
How long have you been a teacher at Elscombe?
I've been a head teacher here, I've been here for 11 years.
Wow.
So that's longer than you've been born.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a long time, isn't it?
What is your fondest memory of working at this school?
Oh gosh. Well, Luke came down to me with these questions. I think it was on Monday, and I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about how I could possibly answer that question. I think that's an incredibly difficult question because every day I have something I think, oh, that's really good, and oh, that's really good. So some of the events, like I love school plays. I think they're always good.
They're nice.
They're all good fun, aren't they? And they're usually comedy ones, aren't they? And there's really big singing. And I always love sport events.
Like sports day?
Like sports day, or taking teams out to different kinds of matches. But the best times are when like you lot just appeared, or if I see a little person, because I can't see through the top bit, and they go like that, and they look through the bottom bit of the glass. And when you come and show me your work, or you tell me about something that you've achieved, that's the best kind of things, really. What would you be? What would you say is your fondest memory so far?
Not really sure.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've only got my room with a big pair of glasses on. You think of anything, Eddie? What would you say?
Probably what Mr. Ellison said when we were practicing when it's Christmas in the hall.
You don't have to retire.
Pardon?
You don't have to retire.
Well, I'm going to go a bit longer, Jane.
Well, carrying on.
Yeah.
What will the new studio be like?
Ooh, well, when I was last in there, I've only been able to have a little sneak preview. First thing about it, it's absolutely lovely because it's got great big windows. You probably see it from the outside, haven't you? So it's really, really light in there. And then it's got round the back of the hall. There's well, they're not there yet, but there's going to be 2 cookers, big cookers, and there's sinks, and then there's a big butler sink. And then we can have things, we could do things like dance in there, or perhaps Mrs. Edwards could do her cheerleading club in there, but then you can do design technology in there. There's going to be lots of different things that we can use it for. Well, you lot are in there anyway, it's your class, it's year 6 space, isn't it?
How big are the new year 6 classes going to be?
Do you mean actually how many children, or how big the space is?
Just like both really.
Both really. Well, classes, there's going to be 30 children in each of them. But the actual room is bigger than any of the rooms we've got in school. I think probably the biggest room we've got in school is Mrs. Kirsty's classroom.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's probably
that
the
is
biggest one. It is big. Well, it's bigger than that. And then as you go in, there's a great big wide corridor. So you can, we're probably going to put a little library area in there. And you've got your own sink, and you've got your own cloakroom.
that sounds well nice.
It does sound very nice. Very nice.
What is the biggest change in the current state?
What do you mean by that, Eddie?
Like, you, obviously because of Corona, what's the biggest thing that's happened, that's changed?
We haven't got everybody here. That's the big change, isn't it? And, well, you've seen the classrooms, haven't you? With where we've got to have everybody spaced out. That's a big change, that you can't mix at playtimes. big change, isn't it? Lots of hand washing all the time.
Yeah.
And lunchtimes are both quite different as well, aren't they?
Yeah, eating in your own classroom.
Yeah, well, for you, it's eating in your own classroom, and just coming into the hall, it's only 2 people at the table.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest change. I think the worst bit is that everybody isn't here. Don't you think it feels a bit empty?
Yeah, it feels weird at playtime.
But it won't be longer than that, we hope.
6 more weeks. Wait, I think I talked to Miss Ellison, no, Miss Shepherd, and she said today is probably my last day. I think it is because she said it finishes on Friday and I only come in on Wednesday.
That's right, it will be, yeah.
As we know, sadly, you're retiring at the end of this year. Do you know if the new head teacher is going to change things about?
Well, I've been speaking to Mrs. Sibley, and obviously, well, schools change all the time, don't they? Things will be different when you come in after summer holiday. So things do change all the time. And I thought actually, you think about school uniform, that changed, didn't it?
Oh,
So
yeah.
often, I think what's really good is that you have new people come in and they've got new ideas. So they'll look at everything that works well and they'll talk to all the teachers. This is what I do, and if we're going to change them, we all have a conversation, don't we? Do we think this is a good idea? Yeah, we think it is. Okay, then we're going to do it. And I'm sure Mrs. Sibley will do absolutely the same. But she'll have new ideas. She'll have things that she's done at her school. She'll think, oh, do that, I'll come. What would you, if you could ask for one thing to change, what would it be?
Probably for all of the upper stage to have an afternoon break. I mean, I know we do now, but for regular.
Okay. What about you, Jay? What would you?
Not really sure what I would change. It's quite good as it is, but I'm not sure what I would change.
Do I dare ask James? What would you change?
You know, like Honeywood and that, they have iPads
Yeah.
for doing their work.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice to have all iPads.
Yeah. It would have really helped, wouldn't it, when COVID, and everybody had an iPad or a laptop.
Because you won't need books, you won't need pencils.
Stupid cool.
Just need your fingers.
Yeah. Just the bills of money. That'd be that
Yeah.
problem of them. But who knows in the future? Maybe Mrs. Sibley will know a very rich person that just says, oh, here you are, Earl Cole. Have all this money.
Here's 500
Yeah.
iPads.
Yeah. Yes. That's good, isn't it? Who knows?
Well, thank you, Mrs. Ryan.
And Mr. Pingo and Mr. Potato reporting live. Back to the news then.
And now we're going to look at some photographs of the projects we've been doing.
Brilliant, Year 5, but what have you enjoyed the most about being in school at this time?
Ronaldo Jr.
Croissants.
Little C.
Croissants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Doing fun things like this news report.
Mr. B.
Interviewing Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Edwards and being a reporter.
Mr. Potato.
French Day!
Mr. Pillow.
Art Day, especially painting the rocks.
Little XT.
Meeting my friends again.
Bye.